Good day, guys. In this video we're going to be learning the installation of WordPress, and the first thing you need to do is to launch your XAMPP. Your XAMPP is your server, your local server. So when you launch the XAMPP, make sure your Apache and MySQL is running. And how do you make them to begin to run? Click on Start for the Apache. Then you see this yellow highlights and later turn to green. That is an indication that it is running. Then you can see it's on stop. You do the same thing for the MySQL. You click on it. Then now that it is running, what you need to do is bring up your browser. We are using Google Chrome. Then type in localhost. Then you hit your enter key for that. You see, we already have this XAMPP working perfectly. This will allow us to be able to go further. If this did not load this XAMPP Apache, then that means your XAMPP is not ready, as in to work well for you. And then now we create a database for the installation of the WordPress we're going to be doing. So you click on PHP My Admin. And now you click on the database. When you click on database, it will bring us to this page where we can create our database. Then the database name you want to use. You see, we already have a database that is existing. This is the database existing. All of these, they are database existing right here, but we are creating a fresh one now. So I will create ICT Edge, ICT Edge 4 IV. No, sorry. 4. I will use this. I will make sure I copy this because I'm going to need this later. Control C, copy. Don't mind. Then you can now go ahead and create. Now the database has been created. Now I will minimize this. I'll minimize this as well. Then on my desktop right here, I have the folder ICT Edge 4. We had out yes, ICT Edge Web. Double click on this folder. You see, inside of this folder we have a WordPress file. We have a WordPress file right here. If you double click on this, you see this is a WordPress 5 version. There are in different versions, so make sure you install the right version for your design. So now this is a zip folder. You have to unzip it if it is not zipped. Already I have done the unzipping here. So you double click right here and copy all the content you have in this folder. Control A, then Control C to copy, or you can simply just right click on it and copy. When you copy, you go to your local disk C. Click on local disk C. You see the root folder of the XAMPP server. You click on it, you double click on it to open it. Then inside that location you see another folder called htdocs. You double click on that as well. Then you can now create a new folder into this location. Then name the folder after the database you created earlier. I will just use my Control O. Let me just type it city edge 4. Don't forget that is what we created right there. Then now if you look at it, it is an empty folder. Double click on it, you don't have anything in it. The content of the WordPress we copied earlier, we're going to paste it in this location. So you right click and you paste, or you simply use your Ctrl V to do that. Right click, then just paste. Then the content is copying right here, and we wait while the content drops. Now we have it. You can close this, and now go to your browser. Go to your browser, then open a new tab. You can close this, we don't need this any longer. Now you can type local hosts slash your backward slash ICT edge 4. If this is not correct, then it will now run. You see, we don't have it. So let's go back to the folder we created. Double click on this and let's check the location again, htdocs. You see, this is not correct. We rename it. Let's rename it. E is missing. Then now let's go back to our browser, then let's load it. Now you see, it has actually brought us to a page where we can begin the installation of our WordPress. This is a welcome page for the WordPress installation. Welcome to WordPress, as you can see at the top. Now click on Let's Go. When you click on Let's Go, now this is very, very important. The database name we created earlier, we're going to be filling it, as in typing it into this first column right here. So this time around, we must not do the same mistake we did earlier by not spelling that database name correctly. So ICT edge 4, that is the name for the database we created. It has to be exactly the same thing. If you use uppercase, make sure that same thing is what you should use. But now we're using lowercase. Follow that exactly. Then your username is roots. You type roots, and your password, clear it. Don't put anything in the password column. Then just go ahead and submit. Then you run the installation after you click on submit. Right here, the site title. What do you want your site title to be? I'm going to be using Watchdog. And this is going to be the display for our site title. Then you create an account for yourself as the admin. At this point, the username we are supplying here is going to serve as a login detail. So I will use admin for simplicity. Make sure you use something you won't forget. If you forget, then you will lose the access to this WordPress database, as in to this WordPress dashboard. So now I will use admin, and the password I will use admin as well for simplicity. Admin for simplicity. You see, it's telling us very weak, meaning it is likely not going to accept this weak password. But we have a privilege to confirm the fact that this password is weak. And that is why we have this checkbox right here. Click on the checkbox to confirm the weak password. Then we are good to go. Then you supply an email right here, and I will just use an email. Femtech IT at gmail.com. Yeah, that's what I am using. Then now we have another thing to consider right here. Discourage search engine from indexing these sites. If you click on it, then you have done yourself wrong, because you won't be visible as in when they try to look for the site using search engine. That is what this means. If you discourage it, that is a problem you're going to be facing. So now just ignore this and click install WordPress. While we wait for it to load, now it has been installed. Now let's log in into the dashboard of the WordPress to see if that is successful. No, it is successful already. You can see success right here. But let's just log in to confirm our password and user name. Now the username is admin and the password is as well admin. You can click on remember me if you want the browser to always remember this password. So just log in. I'm not doing that. And you see we are brought into the dashboard where we can begin our design. So that is that for a WordPress installation. Thanks for watching.